What up, everyone? Welcome to my top 5 Pokemon ROM hacks of 2024. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, we have Pokemon Recharged Pink. The thing I like about this game the most, it has integrated Nuzlocke. Very much suggest this one. Only because they add level caps, they add rare candies, they add any kind of customization. There's a bunch they add in this game. As well as it's the basic Pokemon Yellow story, but on Pokemon Emerald, as well as options like you can change your start in the beginning of the game. If you don't want to start as Clefairy, you can have any Pokemon right off the bat. You can get Charizard following you around in the beginning. This game, they add a little bit different things to the story as well, mixed with everything else. And it really is a really fun game. And I feel like now there's a lot of ROM hacks adding integrated Nuzlocke features to it, so that's not too crazy in the sense of that. But the way that I think that if you're gonna try Nuzlocke, at least play one that has it. It makes it a little bit easier for yourself, because it gets a little crazy paying attention to that stuff, and this game really does a good job of following that Nuzlocke rule. It's just the base set of the Nuzlocke, so I think this game is a must play, and that's why I put it at top 5 of this list of games that came out this year. All right, let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Emerald Rogue, I don't know more I can say about this game that has been said before. I covered this one previously in one of my last videos. This game was released earlier, and I think the thing that sticks out the most about this game is it's a unique, different take on Pokemon. It's not your original kind of Pokemon game where you're going for badges and stuff like that. More, it's like level clearing, or you build your base to keep improving stuff. You go out for missions, complete tasks, and all that other stuff. I think this game is really fun. It's a challenging experience for those who want a challenge. There's always different things in it. Each level you fight off like a gym leader, and you just keep progressing and then see how far you can go. I have not gone very far in this game. It be a challenge. So with that being said, let's go to number 3. And if you haven't subscribed yet too, make sure that subscribe button, it's somewhere over there. On to number 3, we have Pokemon Odyssey. We are talking about a very ambitious ROM hack with this one. I really enjoyed it. I didn't get too much into it. I played a little bit up to the first stratum, and let me tell you, this game, it does have a bit of a difficulty to it. It is a very different experience. It's not your typical Pokemon game, which I love, and that's what my lists are usually based off of. Uniqueness as well as story wise are usually the games I favor most, not difficulty wise, because I'm poor. But this game has mostly double battles. Unless you're obviously stuck with one Pokemon, you'll be in double battles. The game kind of prepares you for that in the beginning anyway. Your starters are Plusle and Minion, which I always like when they give you something different, that it's not always the same choices in the game. So it's very different. It's a unique region where nothing is similar to any other Pokemon game, where I guess that's where it gets its comparison to Pokemon Unbound. This game offers a lot of different things to it. There's no gyms, there's no rival team, there's none of that stuff. It's pretty much you go out and you are trying to find your treasure, and there's wonder trading, there's like all this different stuff you collect, and you're mining, and it's just a whole different kind of experience. I'm so bad at explaining things. I really enjoyed this game. It's not finished. It just did get an update though not too long ago, so I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's finished. But I highly suggest this. Now we're going to move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, Pokemon Rocket Edition Dragonsden. Not to be confused with the original Pokemon Rocket Edition, which if you have not played, immediately go do that. Stop watching this video, go play Rocket Edition. It is by far the best ROM hack. But back to this one. This one takes the same influence of that game and still adding pieces from the original games and fitting them into a story with Team Rocket. You start in, I believe Sevi Islands in the beginning. Everyone gets a Zubat in the beginning of the game. You have a rival this time, accomplishing missions, you get money, and I think you get promoted later on down the road as well. The only gripe I have so far with this game is the ability to steal Pokemon is missing. Maybe they add that down the road, hopefully. but right now they don't have that, and that's really the only thing I think holding this game back from being truly almost better than the other Rocket Edition, only because that if they add that, you also have Johto, Sevi Island. There's more than just Kanto in the story. I haven't gone very far in this game, and I know it just received another update, or it's receiving one soon. It's getting translated from Spanish to English, so I do highly suggest go check this one out. And the only reason I didn't give this one number 1 for this year was for the fact that it's not finished. So with that being said, that is number 2 on our list. Don't go anywhere. A special recommendation coming up. And if you have not hit the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get to number 1, I have a special shout out to Pokemon Autumn Orange. This game was previously known as the Red and Blue sequel. It takes 5 years after the events of Red and Blue. In this game, you have Pokemon from generations 1 to 8 with a new story, as well as other new gym leaders, older gym leaders make an appearance in this game. This game is pretty difficult. I tried Nuzlocking it, didn't go so well. I think that just speaks on me at this point. There's Z moves, Mega Evolutions in this game. It's semi-open world, as well as in the beginning of the game, you get 2 starters. You get Pikachu and you get Eevee. Every Pokemon Center has stuff they give you. So you get a bunch of like candies, stuff like that, just loads you all up. And you can buy stones there, change moves. It's really cool in the way they do it. You don't really, in the way you start the game, you don't start in regular Kanto. So it's a little bit different there as well. I just wanted to shout this game out. I really had a good time with it and think it's worth noting. And with that being said, let's get to number 1. And for our number 1, Pokemon Emerald Seaglass. This game by far is my favorite been released. I feel like it was the most talked about Pokemon ROM hack, and I just think that something so simple and the way they just made the sprites look so retro with nostalgia, it just took off, and for good reason. It's not anything special where it changes the game or anything like crazy like that. They added small things to it, like beginning of the game you get shiny charm, customization options, difficulty settings, level caps, all that stuff, and a wishing well. So you get wishing stars, throw them in, you get random Pokemon in return, as well as like gift Pokemon that you get during the game. There's generations 1 to 3 in the game. It's basically just generation 3 with generation 2 sprites, but it just looks so good. And just playing it, the sprites look so great, the coloring, and I think that's why it's just such a great game. The only thing I think would have been a little bit better, maybe making the Pokemon centers stick out a little bit more. Make sure at all the games, if you were to play one that I would stress to play, this is the one you play, especially if you want to replay Pokemon Emerald. This is the game right here. I haven't played Emerald in a long time, and it was just so great to replay it again. That's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you agree with this list or what you would put as number 1. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.